Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from the Mall of Asia arena floor. And the pause is about to be over, gods. These teams are ready. EG versus NP. Game 2. Let's go. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready. We've got a Sumail Storm Spirit taking on NP, trying to force a game number 3. And EG back against the wall have drafted something a little bit different, some stronger lanes, and hoping to combat Team NP.
Universe taking quite a bit of harass here, but is the beauty of the Legion Commander. A very durable laner, so withstands that punishment. To refresh your memories for those who kind of lost track or just tuning in, EG going with the aggro tri-lane here. They really wanted to dodge that Bristleback Keeper of the Light dual lane, which NP, I think, actually just crushed an enemy tri-lane with the other day. So pretty interesting decision by them, but certainly can't argue with it too much given how effective that combo has been.
Yeah, the Bristle has been one of their key picks this tournament, as has the Ember. You can see there some of the stats on this hero for NP, well exceeding the average win rate. This has been played in both the mid lane and the safe lane for them. And we'll see how Fata can fare against Sumail Storm. Not a good hero matchup for the Ember, so to speak. You can already see a CS discrepancy.
In a bit of danger here, and he recognizes he's going to have to TP. Does he get out in time? Ooh, just barely. I think Envy had one more cool spray there, and that would have been the kill, actually. Letting it loose now, in case you had any questions. But yeah, so top lane is a dual lane for NP. They really have been sticking to these 2-1-2 setups unless they run the Enchantress or the tree, and then the lanes are a bit more flexible. So far, RTZ getting decent farm, but it really is this mid lane job, so we have to keep on worrying about if you're looking at NP. They are giving free farm to Sumail in a matchup that simply can't be won 1v1 with similarly skilled players. Yep. So you're going to have a fat Storm in a game where there is some control, but I don't think you would call it like amazing tools to deal with the Storm.
Up until now, NP have not cared about how this mid laners went. As long as it's even or slightly lost, and they win the other 2 lanes, it hasn't been a problem, but they're not going to necessarily win these other 2 lanes. Clockwork versus Jug, pretty even right now. They are somewhat winning this bottom lane, but this lane does get easier as time goes on.
UI trying to find the Carapace angle to interrupt that Icarus dive. Not quite able to do so. MSS unable to stay in close enough with the battery salt, so he will swoop away to safety. Might have to play a little more conservatively, but so far, so good. Jug, a very difficult, almost impossible kill with the Blade Fury. But meanwhile, bottom lane Envy could be in a bit of danger here, being hounded by Zai and Universe. Salve gets canceled quickly, so it's a really costly death if Envy goes down, and they will trap him, deleting him from the lane. EG get on the board first. First blood to them. Universe going to lose his own salve to the Illuminate. But a big win for EG, finding that opening kill, and they do it before nighttime kicks off. This may also secure them the bottom rune, which you can see Zai wants to rotate for.
Yeah, it's going to be Pylite out on the low ground with the control over, and it's a lucky regen rune. Fata going to be thanking his lucky stars for that one, but unfortunately he doesn't get to pick it up as Zai does swoop in, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Pi just had to take it right away.
Yep. He'll have the bottle charges, but may just have to bottle crow or go for a bounty, but Zai is there.
Pretty difficult kill at nighttime. Fata still nowhere near the level 6. In fact, Sumail with the level advantage, as you would expect with all the denies he's been able to rack up. So with it being nighttime, with Sumail having a good start, they can get aggressive around the map, and there is a TP here on Pi. Zai could continue to dive this one now that the Void is cooled down. Might be able to force that TP, but he's content with the pressure and can rotate towards mid and start to worry this Ember Spirit with the Storm already level 6. With no Remnant available just yet for Ember, there is some kill potential, and it looks like Zai is hoping that Fata overextends, but you can see Fata hugging his high ground. He commits the Flame Guard. The Overloads will remove this pretty quickly. There is no point in silence yet. That little bit of extra damage could be enough. They're going to engage here. Overloading forward. Fata still has the Flame Guard affecting him. Crit joining the fray. A 3-hero commitment. They want this Fata kill, but Pi in position. Pretty good job by him with the Illuminate, keeping Fata in fighting shape, at least for now. Not dead just yet. Sumail has the armor he needs. He'll survive, and now they stream in from behind, getting the kill. Crucial, and Pi could well be next. Sumail is going to roll him down, electrocutes him into submission. NP going to answer back as they look towards RTZ. Chasing him out. Do they have the follow-up? They managed to wrangle him into the cogs. This is an important kill with the Carapace there. MSS will secure it. So Arteezy is the price to be paid. Still a win overall for EG. I would say at least a slight one, but they're looking for more. It's going to be NP well again. Such aggression from EG. Really not going to let NP run away with the laning stage this time around. They get up the void, but the Quills start to stack up. Universe thinks twice about engaging, but he has the follow-up. The overwhelming odds. Will shut down the Bristle again, and doing so early before he gets tanky. What a great start for EG.
Multiple kills on the NP Bristleback. A 1 mid lane for a Sumail Storm Spirit. This is more or less the dream for them. What's not going so well is that Juggernaut on the offlane, but again, they're looking for Fate. He has hit level 6 though.
Still can forcing those remnants out defensively lowers his kill potential, and also means you might be able to make a move later. Universe though, this could be the trade. He's going to heal himself up and be on the hunt though. On the warpath in fact, and can he stay in range for the Quills here? No, he gets juked a little bit, but perhaps Pi can track him down. Universe lunging backwards, the Illuminate. Oh, not enough! Uni lives on 13 HP. Oh, that hurts for NP.
Wow, Universe is
a day late and $1 short.
juking Envy so hard there to get himself out of there. What a play from him. Definitely want to highlight the Clockwork MSS. His CS is absolutely insane right now. Completely destroying Arteezy. I feel like Arteezy, from what I've seen, he's walked into the cogs a few too many times, burning his mana. And as a result, MSS has had a big edge in this matchup. And we see time and time again, Arteezy is just having these rough laning stages. Yeah,
it is. Of course, with a Clockwork and a Bristle, tough lane for any melee core in the side lanes to farm, but Arteezy's still getting his last hits, though he's been out denied pretty heavily at 40 CS, doing okay for now. And he's going to eat his way towards MSS here. Get the hell out of here with these pesky cogs.
Farming them is the way to go, and I think he was misclicking a bit earlier where he walked into them when he could have just right-clicked them. Arteezy, can he get a crit? No, he can't even get another right-click. Well juked initially. And I don't think we'll be seeing that one go down.
I cannot feel good about this game if I'm rooting for NP, guys. They have given away complete free farm to Sumail. He's already a full 1,000 gold up on anyone else in the game. They don't have really great disable for him this game. It's basically just going to be the Nyx, who you can count on, and maybe the Clockwork or the Ember can help, but Sumail Storm in a game where there's not really a lot that hard counters him, it's tough to see NP being able to deal with that. So you have to worry if you're an NP fan.
What happens again for NP, which is a recurring theme, is these early tier 1 towers going down. NP's 8 minutes in, diving past the tier 2. He's creating a lot of space for his team.
And then you see this move from Vada, that aggressive swing forward into the enemy woods. Wants to make a play happen. It is daytime, the ideal grounds for fighting. Yeah, it's like that tower falls, and then it's all the follow-up moves, right? It's a very intricate set of maneuvers by NP. They take the tower, they start to drop down those deeper wards, they get more aggressive, moving the mid lane into the enemy woods, sending someone like Pi, one of the support heroes, to catch up on their farm. Then pretty soon the Clockwork maybe goes for a smoke gank with one of the supports. So it's not just the tower going down, it's everything that comes after that with the pressure. But good news for EG, they have quite a few heroes that are just not easy to kill. Storm's likely to be able to ball out of most ganks until the Nyx joins the fight. Legion's super tanky. Night Stalker's quite tanky. Even the Phoenix has an escape mechanism, so there's not any, Crystal Maiden type heroes that are just freebies if they get found.
May see a gank down bottom. There's a TP on Storm. He's going to go back mid, actually, so deciding to continue farming and not address the Bristle for now. Definitely a stage where Bristle is still very gankable. Just 1 point in the passive, no Vanguard, no Vitality booster even. He's just got the Soul Ring, so is a potential gank target before that Vanguard leveled up passive, but for now they have other ideas.
And he does park himself in this bottom lane. 3 EG heroes standing as a bastion against further aggression. See Sumail and Fada duking out, but Fada gonna zip away to the Remnant and will bottle up an Illusion Rune. So deny at least what runes he can to the Storm. Certainly important to prevent Sumail from getting any farther ahead. And Pi trying to farm the enemy woods, but EG might be looking to punish this. They do drop down a more aggressive ward on their side of the jungle, trying to scout any NP incursions.
Clockwork is on the move now. MSS level 7 has the urn up. He wants to get active, start getting those urn charges, and start finding some kills for his team. Jug is not really an easy kill. He can always Blade Fury TP away after a hook shot in. Storm, also not an easy kill. So ideally, he needs to head towards this bottom lane to find pickoffs.
That's the thing is, on top of the Storm being difficult to kill, as you mentioned, the Jug is also tough to take down. They don't have a Legion Commander anywhere. Real way to cancel TPs is MSS. Going to get scouted out here by the Sumail Storm. He gets forced back for now. Envy also at half HP, pulling him, trying to drag him out of his own cogs. Not quite far enough just yet. Radiant Tower will end up going down, but Envy is the trade, and it's a quick final second duel by Universe. They do get that tower deny in mid. So a real comfortable victory again for EG.
And they had Arteezy take top, so finally pressure elsewhere on the map, and Arteezy's got some alone time. He uses it to punish the top lane. AUI's been left there to get level 6, but this is not a good hero to match up against the Jug alone. Without Vendetta, you just die to an Omni/Blade Fury. You can't use Carapace against a Juggernaut. This is a very good matchup for Arteezy now that Clock is gone.
NP looks like they want to smoke. 3 heroes TPing in. Oh, actually, no. Farm the Ancients is the call. So grouping up for now. They know that next nighttime is soon upon them, and got to play more carefully. Even during the daytime, gods, they don't find success, and it's going to get even more difficult for them now as the moon, the wolf howls, the moon rises. Sumail looking for runes. Again, one small positive here for NP. They have really shut down Sumail in rune control. Haven't seen him get too many.
Yep.
But when nighttime hits, if EG start finding kills, then the rune control might well swing back their way.
Yep. He'll just TP to the bounty rune, farm some camps, and try work towards that bloodstone, which he's going to get very, very early on. Just about 800 gold away from it at this point. That has got to be a concern for NP, that this bloodstone's coming up fast, and then it's going to quickly translate into potential kills. Even before it, he wants to start getting active with his team. They're smoking up with the Phoenix having hit level 6 and it being nighttime. And
they're leaving Arteezy so far out on the top lane because, like you said, he's just not really killable. So he can play that aggressive, farm safely, has no worries as they're looking for the smoke opening here. Universe coming in, they're going to find Envy. Silence is there. Now the duel committed. He wants to time it right, so he wins this thing ideally with the Sunray coming through. Envy dropping fast, but will not give up the duel damage at least, though he still falls. Can they turn this around? AUI joins the fray. Good stun by him. Will they have the damage regard? Vada also. It's a trap again by NP, setting these beautifully all over the map. Well, Arteezy might be able to farm safely, and finding those kills might be tough, but Envy, oh man, that is not the hero you ideally want to be focusing down first. EG just overestimating their damage output as Arteezy will get trapped here in the cogs. Could be in danger with the Illuminate coming through. Blade Fury's quite late. He takes the full damage and maybe Fada commits for this kill. Well, normally Arteezy shouldn't die, but indeed he might. He omnis his way out of it. Big plays. He did the math. And now Pie's on the run. They might lose the Keeper of the Light. It's NP's turn to overextend. Back and forth struggle here by both teams, but EG getting some much needed frags their way.
Fata went for the swag play, tried to go in and time like a Searing Chains as a Blade Fury ends, but Arteezy was ready, had the mana for an Omni Slash, perhaps miscalculated. Maybe Fata thought he was just a little bit short, but it is EG who come out on top in the end of those couple of clashes. Man, Arteezy,
he was so low after that Illuminate.
He popped that Blade Fury a little bit too late. And the Searing Chains caught the creep wave. If that creep wave wasn't coming in, perhaps he gets Arteezy and gets enough damage onto him. But Arteezy was always going to be ready with that Omni Slash.
Such a scrappy fight by NP, and maybe catching EG a bit off guard, but the overall tale of the game, still you have an out-of-control Sumail Storm closing in on the Bloodstone if he hasn't already acquired it, just needing the recipe now, and about 20 gold short. So those first couple fights will be huge. A little bit more nighttime to work with for EG. I think you can just get a few Bloodstone charges on Sumail. This game could quickly spiral out of control, but it's not ready yet, and NP will strike first.
Despite the early game not going how NP's early games have often gone, it is still them playing as the aggressors. They're playing on the EG side of the map. They're constantly in their jungle finding kills, and EG aren't able to do the same. They're not really pressuring that top or middle lane at all. They're just playing very defensively with their posturing, and NP are still the ones kind of in control despite not having a gold lead at this point.
There's the Bloodstone now. Arteezy is going to go back to farming that top lane you mentioned.
I think the key thing for them is to keep that pressure at the top lane. Obviously, there comes a point where maybe Arteezy can't stay up there alone without dying. Like a Nyx Impale into like a hook shot and a cock push could come close to bringing him down, but still always going to be very difficult to kill him. So keeping that top lane pressured out will give a lot of info and map control back to EG.
NP, they did take the tier 1 very quickly, but the tier 2 has stood a lot longer than what we've become accustomed to seeing in this tournament. So the follow-up aggression will begin to mount now. NP leaving Envy in front, soaking up that tower damage.
Trying to keep that siege creep alive.
And he will succeed, at least for now. EG, though, trying to make short work of it. The Illuminate crashing through, and Brittany Zylo, he's going to fly over the trees, gets off the silence of the Keeper. No more reinforcements coming in, at least for now, as they try to focus Envy. Sumail's jumped in pretty far, and on top of the clockwork, he now wants to retreat out. The Ember joins the break. Can they focus down the 8? No, they try to run away, and running against the Storm with a Bloodstone is a very tall order, so give him his first charge, but you got to imagine more could be coming. EG on the hunt. No more duel available. Good chains. They look for the disengage, and Universe will purge that off. EG content with the 1-for-1, but getting the Bristle for a support Night Stalker and getting a Bloodstone charge for Sumail and holding the tower. They'll be very happy.
Dual kill too. I mean, it's kind of like a late gamer in play. Perhaps he could have held the duel and gone for an additional kill with it. But
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like every time trading kills, it's almost like they have a bounty hunter. It's so good for them with dual damage, with Storm Bloodstone charges. Even if the gold trade is even, the actual change is certainly not.
Yes, and NP are the ones who want to be winning the early game. They've got the Bristle back. They're the ones under pressure to push early towers.
You can feel that sense of urgency from them. Fada just tanking tower shots to try and slice a few times at a tier 2.
Yeah, they come straight back to this bottom lane, knowing that it is going to be daytime for at least a good minute or so before Night Stalker's ultimate comes back up. And this should be a tier 2 tower that EG probably can't defend. They may be able to delay it. It looks like they can't even delay it any further. They're just giving this one up to NP.
Also, bear in mind, the Supernova is down, and that was a big part of that last team fight. And to me, a big concern for NP, they are very bad at killing the egg gods. Only like Bristle with a BKB, ideally, and at least some Warpath stacks can even think about running in on it. So even an underfarmed Phoenix can have a huge impact. But with the ult down, they feel more confident to take that tower.
Yeah, they'll disperse a little bit more now. Zai's Night Stalker is going to be good for the Axe build. We've seen a lot of other builds on Night Stalker, I feel, this tournament. Vlad's, Aether Lenses, the Axe build-up is... It's good, you can buy it part by part, but it's an expensive item. There's a lot of other effective items you can get at lower price points. But
we've also seen like some greedier Night Stalkers who love to grab the early Midas.
Yep. I don't think NP is a team you can be buying Midas against.
At least not this draft, where I'm sure EG realizes just that NP are going to have that sense of urgency.
Well, NP have pulled ever so slightly ahead in overall goal, but again, the nature of their draft is that they need to take all these early towers objectives, get that map control, try set themselves up to take Roche around when Envy finishes the Solar Crest. But EG have done a really good job of contesting the early game, staying even, getting Sumail's Storm a very fast Bloodstone, and already one additional charge. Not the biggest deal, but this is where EG can actually go for some smoke plays, start looking to get aggressive off of this Legion Commander initiation.
Look at that gold discrepancy, 191. Basically nothing at this point. Probably the most even game we've had through 20 minutes this entire tournament. Certainly, I think what we were all hoping for is a knockdown, drag-out, bar fight of a series. And in Game 2, we seem to be getting it.
And this is where NP will be tested. They've been amazing with their drafts and lanes, such that they've set themselves up for success. This game, they can't just play off of a strong laning stage.
EG maybe expecting a potential Roshan, but it is about to be nighttime, and now the darkness is going to prep for the gank. Zai flies over the trees, and they will engage on Envy. Pops the shrine. He is being dueled. They're throwing quite a bit at him, but a great stun by Aoi is going to prevent the follow-up damage. Envy still at full HP with the help of the shrine, too. Now looks to turn. On to Zai he goes, starting to stack up that viscous nasal goo. Come back here, Night Stalker. Will he have the follow-up? Fada also on the hunt, just clipping him with the chains. Beautifully done. They punish the aggression of EG. They get the kill. Can they get more?
It was a rough place for EG to have their smoke pop. They find a tanky here in the Bristleback, and it was actually the Nyx there as well. He immediately cancels that Sunray. The Sunray is a big source of EG's damage to win those duels and deal with the Bristleback. level 4 Sunray immediately getting cancelled, dealing no damage is a big, big problem for EG in these fights.
AUI. He's going to be hunting Universe. Universe is pretty tanky as a Legion with backup, so not possible kill. It looks like, in fact, Sumail might be able to punish, falling in, but will he slink away? It looks like AUI has successfully juked, at least for now. Zai coming in, does he have detection?
He has dust, but I don't know if he's going to... Oh, he saw him.
Just for a second, but AUI worms his way back through the trees. Oh, he's going to tank the Void. And now the backup's coming in the form of the Phoenix. They don't have anybody to cancel the TP, though. AUI, the Magician, continues to impress. By the way, this guy's a TI winner, Guns.
Insta TP.
Playing like one.
Playing against the team that he won a TI with. And
well, at least a few of them. Yeah. Been some roster changes since then.
NP will fall back, play the efficiency game. They had a big Ancient stack, which Envy will now clear out. There was a triple stack there, so that gets him a nice little big chunk of gold going his way.
Radiant's top tower is under
and gives NP, we see a 2,000 gold lead off of that last team fight at the Shrine, and that Ancient stack, suddenly they're actually clawing their way a little bit ahead of where EG are.
So Coddle Ag's coming relatively soon. Looking at next steps for NP. They get the Coddle Eggs. What else are they waiting for? And when do they start to group up? When do they start to push? When do they try to take Roche? When is their window?
Daytime mostly. There's no like major items levels that they're necessarily going to be lacking. The Ag Scepter being the big one you mentioned. And more than anything, they need to play around their vision, which is going to be at its best when it's day. And that's when EG's vision is at its worst. Oh,
this could be a kill. AUI. Right behind the Firebird.
Doesn't have friends in the area, and AUI, the Drums Nyx Assassin is not really the scariest.
Kill him? Probably not, right? He needs a +1 here.
Absolutely, yeah. A Rocket Flare would maybe help, but I still don't think so.
Still keeping tabs.
Drops a sentry. Oh, AUI.
And TP now. I don't think they have any vision there. That's just a sentry up on the hill.
Yeah, he was next to 2 sentries when that all went down, but
so much economic damage done by this Nyx. Look how poor the Phoenix is.
Yep.
And that is largely just buying sentries, dying to Nyx ganks, not being able to go hit creeps when you would like to farm.
It's a big problem when you want your Night Stalker to finish his Ag Scepter. He's 1,000 gold away, and buying sentries is going to delay it, whereas Phoenix doesn't even have money to buy sentries. So someone has to get these sentries up, and at that point you're like asking like, all right, does Universe buy them? Like, who's actually going to buy detection and wards for our team? Phoenix is too poor. Night Stalker's close to a key item, so EG need to find some kind of solution to AUI's rotations around this map.
Starting to fall a bit behind here, slightly in farm. As NP pile in the items, closing in on the hood for Envy. The Eggs for Pie still about 1,200 gold off, I believe. And to go with that, a Solar Crest on the Clockwork, I think it was, so looking to park the Bristleback up in front, have him be the big, beefy tank. Yep. And this is the difference between NP's draft last game and this game. They can take Roche pretty early, but do they want to commit for it? Sumail could potentially jump in and steal this.
It's well timed that it's daytime approaching, but they're going to find the kill at bottom.
Well, we saw this before from Vana where he dies bottom, but it sets up a Roche. Question is this going to be fast enough?
With a DD, it should be. It is daytime, but...
the DD Roche. Man, NP has had some fortuitous DD roads.
Yeah. Zai doesn't have a TP on his Night Stalker. He's also working on that Ag.
There is buyback.
He'll scare him with the ultimate.
They might have to commit this buyback as Universe runs into the pit. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? But Envy already grabbing the Aegis, now going to engage on the Universe, charging forward into the Sunray. That's like maximal damage to do with the Bristle, so he backs off. The egg drop, Envy on top of it, keeps on running. MSS2, the duel pulls him back in. Will they get the win? Egg dropping as well. The Illuminate, not enough. It is a win for Universe. Some bonus damage for him, even as that Aegis brings Envy back to life.
That's a huge win for EG. They get a couple of kills, the bottom Ember, then a Clockwork, and they immediately break the Aegis as it's picked up, while getting a dual kill, Bloodstone charges. You talk about even trades and it playing out well for EG's draft. That's exactly what kind of happens there. They don't even really give anyone up, so absolutely fantastic for the boys in blue.
And it also paves the way for some key items, with the Aghanim Scepter being picked up by Night Stalker. And the windows for this Keeper of the Light to have an impact will grow narrower and fewer and farther between as the Night Stalker levels increase. already level 12, so starting to close in on the level 3 ultimate. And then Keeper Light really pretty well countered heading later into the game. So, I mean, we're talking about the Coddle Eggs, but really how big of a deal is it when you have a Night Stalker? And so often, it's not actually daytime.
And Ortizi's next item pickup is queued up, a Silver Edge. This is the first time I feel we've really seen a Silver Edge being picked up as a counter Bristle. The item has received nerf after nerf. It keeps getting more and more expensive, and that's a big reason why Bristle has become more of a top pick. But Ortizi, with how well he's doing, should be able to farm this one at a pretty good rate. Already has the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, just not being pressured at all. Again, a big weakness in the NP draft is they can't really gank the Juggernaut split push without a massive commitment. Same for the Storm. So both EG cores, despite at times the team being behind, have kept their own farm right near the top of the charts.
Even with the Silver Edge, his Bristle's going to be hard to bring down if he gets double Solar Crested. Like, he has his own and can get the Solar Crest buff from MSS. They are stacking these up. Such a value item.
At least for now, but again, they're not itemizing to take this late, and they have yet to really knock down most of the key outer towers. Still the tier 2 standing here. So.
Yeah, if Ortizi gets like a Silver Edge and an MKB, say goodbye to your late game if you're in NP shoes.
Even Fada having to go back for Lincoln Sphere, so not able to go straight into more raw damage output, fail for him. So their DPS is feeling a little lackluster heading late. But we're not quite there yet. It is nighttime. Zai moving about.
With the Ags, but Envy is not the target you really want to go on.
Hunting in the dark indeed. Envy, the man revealed. They crack open a pack of dust, hoping perhaps a Nyx is there. Indeed, that's not the case. Envy will continue his farm progression, but hey, EG are content with nobody dying just as they are with trading for kills. The only thing they don't want is feeding kills for free.
We've seen NP position incredibly well around this Bristle. Time and time again, I feel like that's the 4th, 5th, 6th time we've seen a 5-man smoke find a Bristle.
Finally a fight, an opportunity here, the dual commitment, balling forward with the Storm, once that Keeper Light trying to bring him down, good Blinding Light though, balls in again, Sumail's out of mana, could be in trouble here, trapped in the trees with the Nyx working him down, but the goo comes out, nice Phoenix, Egg, and Sunray too, keeps Sumail in fighting shape, and now after ignoring the Armadillo, they want to come back from MSS though, a great position on the cogs, Sumail up to Agar, might have to Bloodstone Suicide, won't manage to get it off in time, Fada actually secured the kill there, that's a big takedown, NP make it 4. That was unexpected.
The Legion was not expecting to have all those heroes right behind when he went in for that Blink Duel. He was hoping for that fast, quick pickoff, but Universe got blown up when he initiated there, and that is not the outcome there. Coddle getting a plus 14 damage.
Oh no.
Not
Gandalf's getting stronger.
Yeah. More a kind of explanation for what goes wrong there. When you initiate with that duel, you're not expecting to lose the duel. You're trying to take out a key support, an annoying hero to fight into. The Blinding Light, the Mana Leaks, the Chakram, not something you want to have present in a team fight, but yeah, NP had numbers. They were ready to respond and deal with it.
Fada, the big winner of that fight. Just ballooning up to 13,000 net worth. Lincoln's complete, going for the Radiance build. So, more of your like hard carry, late game Ember potentially with this item pickup will give him massive farm potential. That mischance certainly can be very nice against heavy physical damage. Even Storm, known more for his magic damage early, is a pretty decent right clicker, especially late, so motivation could be a difference maker.
Yeah, he's been really favoring this build, and we'll see how EG can deal with him there. Lockdown is there, but you've got to find a way to play around the Lincoln Sphere, which is not always the easiest thing. It does look like he may consider other options. He's now gone from the Radiance to a Shiver's Guard, so reconsidering perhaps a bit and thinking more defensive as well with his options. We'll see where he ends up as time goes on, but...
All right, so Crimson Guard, Pipe. You've already got the Solar Crests. Is it go time?
You can't just like go push high ground. I mean, take the outer towers is great. Taking these tier 2s, trying to take the next Roshan. But you've got to play around your vision deficiency. EG are going to have better ward control. They've got a Night Stalker with an Axe Gem, so anytime it's nighttime, you can't really move out without being detected too well, and your wards are going to get constantly de-warded. They've got a couple nice wards up now, but I wouldn't expect these to be standing on the map for too much longer.
Not the easiest kill top. RTZ tucks himself away in the trees and will TP out I mean, there is like a slight, as you mentioned, chain of events where they could gank him if they are patient with the hook shot to, you know, interrupt him while he's trying to spin away, if they get the Cogs pushback or the Nyx stun comboed with all of the above, and the Carapace so that he never really gets anything off, but it's a lot of ifs, it's a lot of maybes, and it also takes a lot of time to set up that gank, so Arteezy is able to make it away.
Come NP bottom, 3-man smoke, make it 4 with the recall. Envy's been pulled in as well.
I believe scouted too. There's the rocket, an MSS.
It's a Shadow Blade.
Thinks about it, but that is just begging for EG to bring 5 in and get their own big team wipe.
NP are not playing with much detection themselves. I think they recognize they're the ones just 5-manning around, taking towers a bit, pressing the advantage. They haven't really needed the detection. It's not like the Nyx Assassin is playing as a vision hero with his invis. Jug is using his Shadow Blade just to itemize towards the Silver Edge and slightly as an escape, but that's going to change. Clock is going to need a gem or Nyx. Someone needs to get some way of preventing Arteezy just from Shadow Blading away from any game.
So EG continue their deliberate farming pattern, tucking away to the north. They know their jungle is currently occupied, but they cobble together the scraps of farm they can elsewhere, and they keep it close. 2,500 gold deficit. Huge fight for NP. Took the lead back, but again, marginal lead at best. It's certainly not enough to just walk down mid with any confidence. EG continue to take it late, which I still feel is where they should have the edge.
Yeah, they'll definitely stay strong in the late game, assuming they don't. The thing is, I feel like we've seen a lot of these NP drafts where on paper they don't look like they're going to go well late game, but they get 10, 15, 20k gold ahead. So for NP to do well in the late game, they need to find a way to control the map better, limit EG's ability to move out, take Roches, take towers. So if NP can get the next Roche, take these out of towers, and starve out EG, NP can win late game just by sheer gold advantage.
But it does need to be a big advantage, and even then it might not be enough. We saw in that OG NP series that, you know, OG just had a great 5-man high ground defense. I don't think this EG draft is as good on high ground, but they are very good at split pushing, avoiding that fight. But hold that thought, EG are looking for a fight.
They're
Cruising for
the
a
trees.
bruising, perhaps, as they rush towards top. Envy positioned out in front to break the smoke and be the beef in the front. Zai, smoke not broken, knows something's up. He sees Envy, and they are going to go on him of all heroes. They commit heavily. Do they have the firepower? A beautiful Ravage stun by AUI interrupts. And now they look for the turn. Envy still at half. He got off the pipe. He got off the Crimson. He stays alive through it. They force the Storm to turn tail and run. Universe in trouble too, getting hounded. Forced to retreat. Do they have way to cancel this TP? They do not. Universe makes it out. Now, secondly will be Zai, and it looks like, maybe not Zai. Crit will make it out, but perhaps Zai in danger here. They are going to look to bring down the Phoenix. Crit will fall. Zai still in the trees. NP, we're ready for that. I mean, AUI, is he playing Nyx or is he playing Tidehunter gods?
Talked about it earlier. NP with their positioning around the Bristleback. I felt like they were just going to team wipe EG almost there. That was immaculate positioning. They had 4 heroes, not just behind the Bristleback, way behind, tucked in the trees. Nightstalker didn't even see them. They just, EG took a gamble, like, let's hope this Bristle does not have friends in the neighborhood that can respond quickly. But NP were there already. Insta response, keeping the Bristle alive. Unfortunately for them, Storm was able to barely get away on a sliver of HP.
Getting the siege in earnest on the tier 2 top. NP finally working through those crucial towers near the Roshan pit.
Radiant's top tower is
Bring
under
it down
attack.
momentarily. I'm a little surprised EG went on him. Like, Bristle is there. You've all been missing for a while. That is the hardest hero to kill, and no one from NP is showing. You kind of have to expect that he's going to have his whole team behind him.
You can see they hesitated when they first saw him with the Nightstalker vision. They didn't just jump him right away. Nightstalker like scattered a little bit further. He used his flying vision over the trees. He's like, okay, let's see if there's actually other heroes here we can jump instead. Ideally, you want to jump an Ember, a Nyx Assassin, a Clockwork. Clockwork's a great target to get the start of the fight to stop all of his disruptive spells, but they just couldn't find the vision to get those kills.
That was definitely a risky maneuver, one that doesn't pay for EG. But these towers will pay for NP as they muscle down the tier 2. Envy out in front. Now having the Lincoln's buff thrown on him as well. To take this tower down momentarily.
Radiant's middle tower
Do they
has
continue
fallen.
marching forward is the question.
Looks like tier 2's going down and Roche control established may just be enough for NP. Don't think we'll see them press to a high ground just yet. Definitely at a point where their draft maybe with the AC on Bristle, is not going to be able to all too easily go for that high ground play. Problem is, nighttime is soon approaching, and that's going to be around when Roche respawns, so that could give EG options to take another fight.
Well, the Silver Edge is online here for RTZ. Expensive as it may be, he's now got it. His Fada jumps in, he is going to find that Night Stalker, but a good purge interrupts that chase. MSS hooking in, but into trouble. He finally pops the blade mail. He's been dueled. He's dropped low, and he tries to assist, gives him all the buffs he can. It's not enough, but now Sumail with the BKB. Jumping forward, looking for follow-up kills. Does he have the firepower to bring down this Ember? With the silence, not quite enough, but Zai in position. They look for the turn, though. Night Stalker suddenly finds himself a bit isolated, and the Bristle stands his ground. Charging forward into the midst of the EG backline. The Phoenix swoops around, lighting the path for EG, but apparently the only path they want to take is the one back home. They've lost that Night Stalker Storm out of mana, has to retreat. Great chains. Do they have the follow-up stun from AUI? Blinding Light pushing them back into their base. So 1 for 1 when the dust settles.
Storm's just not able to kill or finish anyone off. All of the cores are very tanky. The Bristle Ember, for the obvious reasons, are Lincoln Shivers, Blade Mail, and Ember, but even here it's like clockwork. 2,000 hit points with a Solar Crest Blade Mail, Nyx Assassin. Not the easiest kill as well with the Carapace, the 1,600 HP, and there's no easy target for the Storm to go on, for the Storm to jump in these fights.
In fairness to EG, NP did get a good jump on them there, so it's not like EG have had the ideal initiation. The other fight, they had to jump 5 onto a Bristleback with his whole team behind him. So perhaps that's part of it. Maybe this nighttime will give them more of an initiation advantage. But yeah, it's certainly credit to NP for how tankily they've itemized. And we'll go right back to the Roche pit.
EG really need to get this game to a position where they're in a late game where Universe has a lot of items, he's got dual damage going. They need all 3 of their cores to be able to dish out damage to break through this Bristleback.
Fada always threatening to jump. Lunging forward top. He did end up going back for the Shiva, so again, to your point, ultra tank builds from everyone.
And he soaked up a lot of damage that last fight. EG tried to go in and managed to get a silence off on him after breaking the Lincoln Sphere, but you're going to commit all of that resources and damage output to go into Fata. You've got to make sure you finish off that kill, but Solar Crests, Pipes, Crimson Guards, all these defensive items making it very difficult.
Taking the Rock down. They move onto the Roshan. Envy looking to secure his Aegis. Grabbing it. Didn't give it to him. Yeah, Fada actually taking the Aegis. Cheesed Envy.
Okay.
So they've got a couple extra lives to work with. And with the Keeper of the Light and buyback BOT Ember, a lot of these heroes could potentially be brought back in the fight in some form or fashion through recall or through TP. So it could be a fairly healthy siege if NP want to go for it, but for now they want to shove out the bottom lane. The whole squad moving there. Dire scan reveals nothing. There's a Radiant Ward in the neighborhood, and looks like Crit has gotten cold feet. Phoenix will swoop away.
We talked about NP's late game relying on Roche control and map control. They've getting there, even against the Night Stalker Vision. They've managed to take the last 2 outer towers and Roche and get their gold lead up to about 7,000. And now they put themselves in a position to just like camp outside EG's base, take the majority of the farm and resources on the map for themselves while preventing EG from farming. It does feel like this is either going to take a big team fight win for NP or just a lot more items for them to actually fully break through that high ground. A DD rune on Fata could enable him to hit these buildings though, and that's something EG gonna have to respect.
Empowers me.
Certainly Envy's not too afraid of getting killed quickly here, and Fada with the Aegis has the insurance policy he needs, so he takes that risk, moves on to the high ground, begins to chip at the tower. Some big team fight potential from EG, but they don't have the best setup for this egg. This tower dropping quickly. DD Road's have been the saviors today. Now the duel committed. It's on to Envy. Do they actually try to focus him down? No, the egg gets dropped in the middle of the fight. Pretty good placement there. Will they have the follow-up, though? They've already lost their Legion commander. Sumail duking it out, but just can't deal with these cogs. He's been shut down by MSS. Will even manage to kill him. Might have to go for the deny at the end. The hook slams the door. Sumail falls out for 40. Doesn't buy back. Might have to use a crit on the run, too. Chains are there for Fada. NP again, choosing their spots well, finding the kills. There's the buyback. What can Sumail get done? He needs a lot. Zai helping him out as best they can. The cogs, all that stands between them and additional follow-up kills, but now the Shiva's Guard gets cracked by Fana in the middle of 4. He really wants to back more. Buybacks committed. They have to kill him. They will once. Can they do it a second time?
He's got 1 remnant.
It's going to be tough to get out of this fight. He'll slight And he'll be in trouble here, but actually with the Knicks around, they want to dodge that stun, still chasing forward pretty low. Thought it might be able to turn this. He might take a few with him. Now the duel. Blade Mail recommitted. He's so damn tanky though. Is this an Ember Spirit? Or is this a Tidehunter? Finally he'll die. My God, with that Shiva's card Blade Mail, he has quite a few extra lives. But finally, gods, they do kill him. So they had to use 3 buybacks there.
Still, I mean, you see the gold difference, and it hasn't gotten bigger for NP despite those buybacks. So EG do hold their high ground, break through the Aegis and Cheese. So still a win for EG, even with the buybacks going down. For NP, if you want to turn in wins for yourself, it's what you do while those buybacks are on cooldown. For them, it's take another fight, use a smoke, kill one of these heroes you don't have buyback, and then you find yourself in a position where you can break through, take a Rax. But easier said than done, because you're no longer playing with an Aegis and Cheese, and NP may have to change their approach because of that.
I like the way EG took that fight where they duel the Bristle and then they drop the egg behind them. Not really intending to kill the Bristle, but just ensuring like the egg goes off, they get the full damage as well as the stun at the end of it, and really splitting up the fight nicely. But even with that, they still had to blow the buybacks to have a chance in this fight. So if NP are able to win one more fight, they might just be able to take that fully in a Rax.
I was curious what the approach was going to be. It felt like Arteezy couldn't get in there to get off a good Omni Slash in that fight. Found himself like with his teammates dead and Omni Slash still up, so perhaps he could have tried to focus down the Bristle back during the duel, or if he's not going to focus the Bristle, he needs to get on the backlines and find a kill opportunity using the Omni. He's got a lot of money though, so 4.3k gold on a Juggernaut means either the Mjolnir, probably the Mjolnir, and then into like an MKB type pickup could be coming soon. Evasion is just rampant in this game. Multiple Heaven's Halberds, multiple Solar Crests. It is not a fun game to play a right-clicking carry. Perhaps not a fun patch with all the Solar Crests and Halberds being picked up lately.
Yeah, maybe some solutions coming though. The Bloodthorn about to be completed for Sumail. Arteezy not building anything yet. I imagine MKB at some point is in the cards for him though.
I like the Bloodthorn. Normally you see like a Bloodthorn later on in the game, like you get your Shiva's Guard first or something, but he realizes he's just not dealing enough right-click damage. He's missing his overload right-clicks because of all the evasion, so having this Bloodthorn will at least guarantee maximum damage output on whichever target he goes on.
It's still not just evasion though, it's damage block. They have the Crimson Guard, and it's pure armor with Blade Mail,
AC,
Shiva's Guard.
Solar Crest. Yeah, they've got tons
AC.
of armor.
So the itemization has been very strong from NP to ensure that they don't just instantly melt to physical damage.
We'll see. So there, Fata has 44 armor on an Ember, and that's without a Solar Crest on himself.
And more pain in the butt. Now the Radiant's complete, so additional mischance to worry about.
Well,
that Bloodthorn cannot come fast enough.
yeah. So now doesn't have to worry about saving buyback, but the problem is he doesn't have it. So see how NP go about this. They may just be looking to take this tier 3 tower so they can claim the shrines. That's a good way to increase their economy right now. They are kind of falling closer and closer to EG and overall net worth.
Well, it is daytime, and if they've been keeping track of the Hunter, or the Darkness, they might know this is an opening to go in the day, and they will take that tower down. The chains are there, committed onto Arteezy, but not jumping too far. Yeah, Bloodthorn online now, God, so I guess we'll see if EG really see this as an opening.
Oh, EG, they're smoking.
They want to fight. They're probably expecting NP to go right for the shrine.
It just hit nighttime, and
NP are going right back to the base. So NP are wise. As soon as it hits nighttime, they're like, all right, let's play more defensively.
NP have played against smokes so incredibly well.
Are they defensive enough, though? That's the question, Zai.
Well,
you see bottom lane, and you know what's going on now.
Stampeding up the river. Nobody there for now, and out in front, good position by him. Universe will engage though, gets off the duel, follows there, Sumail jumping through, but do they have the lockdown to burst him? This Bristle, so tanky, but dropping reasonably fast. They do get the kill, they pop NP, no buyback either on the Bristle mech. That's a huge amount of team fight gone. Still Fata standing his ground though, looking for the Universe trade, blocking him down inside the cogs. He will eventually drop. Man, that took a while. So it ends up being a 2-for-1.
Not really
God,
worth
it is so hard to kill Envy. He didn't even get everything off that fight.
Yeah. Doesn't get a chance to. A freshly picked up Soul Booster gave him even more health to play around with, and I think EG finally decided, let's go for this. We've got the Bloodthorn so they could deal with the evasion on him. Without that Bloodthorn, they wouldn't have got that kill, but ultimately they pay such a heavy price for the kill. Unfortunately for them, the Phoenix goes down without getting off a supernova. That could have made things perhaps fairly different in that fight, but as it stands, it's MP turning around, getting 2 kills, a core hero at that and the Legion Commander, and now they'll take the Shrine.
NP is reading the game so well. Like,
yeah,
as soon as they take that tower, a lot of teams would just go straight for the Shrine and thinking, okay, we have map control, EG can't really afford to take a risk because if they die here, they don't have buybacks. But they back off to high ground, they put NP in front again. Sure, he dies, but the fight is set up to at least minimize casualties and quite possibly just take a straight win in the fight. Like, you can't credit this team shot calling enough, gods. They're making great team decisions against one of the most talented teams in Dota.
They've dealt with smoke ganks better than any other team in the tournament, and a big part is this Bristleback hero, how they position him, how they use him as the meat shield in front. They don't care if he's the one popping it. That was the one time I feel like we've actually seen Envy die, when he's been very intentionally the one scouting out a smoke gank, but the Bloodstorm perhaps the deciding factor that caught him by surprise. So we'll see how things go from here. Sumail going for the Vortex duration as his level 25 talent. He's going to potentially go into an Aghanim Scepter, giving him that AoE pseudo black hole.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
There are 4 melee heroes in this game for
Yes.
NP.
Saw it first from, I think, SCC on Newbie, and it was incredibly effective that game. And it gives you a lot of control, something that EG consider themselves lacking. The other big thing about it is that it turns Vortex into an AoE spell, so it doesn't get blocked by the Linkens. So you can actually initiate onto Fata using this Axe Vortex without having to worry about the Linkens.
That could be a big deal. Because Fata has not felt like really much threat of gank. And there's been a few times where I thought EG were thinking about a jump on him, but with the Lincoln Sphere, Universe would back down.
Yep.
That could change.
And the Vortex gives you enough time to like pop his Lincolns using whatever, like Bloodthorn and then Duel him or whatever. So you just need that small window where he can't Remnant away.
Still more tools to keep Envy alive coming into the NP arsenal as they complete a Lotus Orb now on the Clockwork.
I think one of the biggest things to give NP credit for is that they're not getting caught by all these smokes and rotations while having no vision. Night Stalker has taken out all the wards on the map, has limited what NP can see, yet still NP have been very good at selecting their fights.
EG have just not found that game-changing smoke play.
Yep. Do have a MKB on the jug. Well, it's a double damage rune. Not sure if this will spark some aggression from EG. Storm is out of mana, and that probably will limit what they can do.
Double rune time, so certainly the dream scenario for a Storm going late with high chance of double damage runes, regen runes.
It is NP, though, more active on the map, though, so that's where these 40-minute runes often reward the team playing more aggressive, but EG are moving their way out, and with the DD on Arteezy, they'd love to get him an Aegis here as well. He's got the slots for it.
EG are pretty decent at killing Roshan with a Juggernaut this farmed. Now Arteezy eclipsing the Ember Spirit, the most farmed hero by a slight margin in the game. Did get the MKB, going back for an Abyssal Blade, getting to the point where Juggernaut left unimpeded will just 1v1 anyone, even the Bristleback, if someone's able to give him lifesteal, especially.
Sumail's not with the team. He's trying to farm up his buyback. He's very close to it, so knows that some game-deciding fights are coming up, and these buybacks have managed to cool down since that bottom high ground defense, so they'll be back online for this Roche fight, or potentially just the high ground defense should NP get Roshan themselves, but it really feels like EG are there to contest this one. Problem is, it's now daytime, and Night Stalker's ultimate on cooldown 20 seconds, though.
I don't know
Small
if
little
they'll kill
window.
it quickly enough. Let's keep an eye on the pit as a quick swoop in reveals Roshan at about half HP, so it might be daytime as this Roche is completed. Universe will be initially chained and forced back. They commit the Crimson Guard pretty early, so a small defensive tool that MP may not have when the real fight breaks out. That Darkness counter about to reset, and now it is Night, and they hunt. Jumping forward, but a beautiful cogs by MSS prevents the Universe initiation, forcing it back. He's out of mana, they don't have a duel for this fight. NPC's opportunity, rushing in, thought of there as well. There's the chains. No follow-up just yet. The Blinding Light is going to force EG back with no mana on the sword. It's done it! Steals the Aegis, takes it away from the clutches of NP, and makes it out 2. Oh, that is a dagger to the heart, gods. With that Aegis cheese, this game might have been NP's for that first lane of Rax. Oh my goodness.
When the kid becomes a man, Sumail.
Oh, that happened a long time ago.
Making a massive play to keep EG's hopes nice and high in this game. They were not out of it by any means. They're slightly behind. This gold lead's been pretty consistent, but that Aegis and cheese could have been a tipping point for NP's high ground push to take a lane of Rax, but now you've got an Aegis on a Storm Spirit. That's a dream scenario for an upcoming team fight.
Balls of steel on Sumail, that is for sure. Timed it just right. And NP feeling a little overconfident, perhaps. They'd seen the Legions out of mana, they forced everyone back, and just losing track of Sumail. Perfect timing. Manages to get the Aegis, and amazingly manages to get out. Did almost die there.
He didn't even have Night Stalker vision, LD. He just
rolled the dice?
Yeah, just went for it. He knew he had enough mana to ball in and then ball out, so whether he gets the Aegis or not, it was still like a decent low-risk play.
And now our turn to play, says EG, is they bring all 5 down bottom. They're going to be the aggressors. Moving the Storm through the river on a potential flank play. Sumail close to that Ags if he wants to complete it. See if he stays with that item selection. And Arteezy quickly sieging this tower down. No real sign of a defense. NP suddenly on their heels. That Aegis steal did really change everything as far as the complexion of this game, and now they'll draw forward. Sumail with the confidence, lunging in. Can he kill off? They keep it like great force that play for now, keeping him alive. They're going to drop the egg in the midst of it all. Arteezy doing good physical damage. They win the duel. They bring MSS down, looking for more. Sumail sees his opportunity again, jumping for the Omni's there. Slashing, slicing, dicing, gets another. Still only 2 supports. Aegis finally popped. Bada perhaps at heavy cost though, as the chase is on, swooping in again. They try to lock him down. Arteezy does get summoned. Sumail's back. Round 2. Let's go, baby! And he wins that duel and find another kill. It's 3, looking for 4. Pummeling them in the base, has to be careful. Jumps away, low on mana. EG reset. They forced out the Ember buyback. It's a big, big victory for EG. And they'll settle for that margin. All of a sudden, God's an even game. Small consolation prize, perhaps his universe, but he has the TP.
He's out too.
And no way to cancel it.
Everyone TP'd out as the Ember buyback. And Ember buyback is so dangerous with the cooldown reduction. He's got constant chase and lockdown with the Searing Chains, and EG get out unpunished after a fantastic team fight. Now they are the ones who can look to play around the Ember not having a buyback. Does get the Octarine core, but...
Uh-oh. Well,
what a time for a pause. Right after EG, you know, you take that tier 1 tower at 52 minutes, and it's like such a confidence booster. Your morale just goes up. It's like, man, we were getting our asses beat. We can't even take a tier 1 tower. And then, you know, once you find yourselves in a position where you can take a tier 1 at 52 minutes, momentum's finally swung. That's when things are finally starting to go your way, and EG have got to be feeling it right now.
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at this for NP. It's like, on the one hand, now they have to like dwell on a really bad chain of events. And they're showing their love here for Sumail. But on the other hand, perhaps this is a chance to collect their composure. At the same time, though, now that it's an even game and EG have the aggressive position on the map, I just think they have the better late game heroes, gods. I really do. Yep. Still so many items that were much more mid-game focused, multiple Solar Crest, the Crimson Guard, the Pipe. Now there's a completed pipe on the Night Stalker to deal with what is mostly magic damage from NP. Where's the physical DPS? Ember obviously doesn't go for that build anymore. The Bristle has only an AC, so I start to wonder where is NP's damage in these later fights. Not to mention they don't have good lockdown for Storm. It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be uphill sledding from here.
It's going to come down to like really good finesse in these fights, using the control that they've got all over across the board. We've got Cogs, Impales, Carapaces. Nyx's Mana Burn is some pretty good damage to deal with the Storm, but this Nyx is one of the like top priorities in these fights. The one thing NP have going for them is a ton of like really useful utility items, like Lotus Orbs, Force Staffs, Blade Mails, like all these are really annoying items to fight into, are making it very difficult. Like the Coddle got jumped there, like that Coddle shouldn't be able to survive, but because they have all these Force Staffs, Lotus Orbs, they're able to keep that Keeper alive after the Storm gets an initiation on him.
And NP look to calm themselves down. Only a 2,500 gold deficit, though. It feels a bit worse than that. But now they make the move. MSS there with the hook. The battery assault afflicting Arteezy. He will deploy the Mantis out, but he's being focused down. It's Sumail potentially the rescue coming in, looking for the save. He's got the vortex. He's caught free. Where's the follow-up, though? They don't have the damage just yet. Universe trying to assist. Fado stayed alive. He's also very tanky, but now he's getting hounded. Forced back. The egg cracks, and problems amount for NP. On the run all of a sudden. The sun ray drives
still
them.
alive.
Fada's low, though.
Oh, he gets
Very low
fired
indeed, but he pulls out the jukes. He survives. He might even come back in. He's got the Octarine heal, keeping him in fighting shape. Zai commits, perhaps too far. Have EG overplayed their hand? They have! It's Fado with the triple! They want more too. They're on the hunt for Universe. Could be all 5. Can he make it out? AUI in hot pursuit, doggedly chasing after him, has a little bit of extra move speed. Not a need to hit that blink stun. It doesn't look like anyone else wants to follow. So in the end, Universe will be the lone man to tell the tale.
There's a shortage of buyback. Storm will respawn, but Night Stalker will not have his. They will not have that vision to play around.
Will Storm have buyback in this upcoming
No,
fight? Because he
he's
just
got no
completed
money.
the Ags, right?
Yeah.
So he will respawn in time.
Radiant's
EG.
bottom
They may just give up
Bit
the lane here.
overzealous.
Jug's buyback is the precious one you do not want to use at this point.
So NP, that momentary pause. All they needed to collect their cool, and back they go. Envy out in front, Fada at his side. No easy instant burst kills. You mentioned it earlier, Gods. It does remain the case that, especially with Arteezy dying early, Sumail can't solo kill anyone. Not even, it doesn't even feel like even the Keeper of the Light is a solo kill right now.
Arteezy getting greedy for a double damage rune, gets punished. And the rest of EG try to go in to take that fight, but we'll see how they deal with this now. NP have to deal with all 5 heroes.
Lotus Orb, Lincoln Sphere, Cheese still available. Envy getting a little love from his friends on NP. They want to make it to the grand finals. Newbie awaits. TI invite could be on the line. A lot at stake here for Jackie Mao and company. They'll back off, look to reset. But man, what a shot in the arm that fight was. Basically recovering their marginal 5K gold lead, and how a heart completed. I don't know Bristle can get any tankier than this, Gods. Because it's not just his items, it's everything the team has bought is to protect him.
Yep, and
4,300 health.
I think what we're kind of learning the more we see Bristleback is that even with all these tanky builds, he still seems to do good damage. Like, we're seeing him hit these towers with enough Warpath stacks and still bring them down at pretty decent rates. So, yeah, he's not like a crazy right-clicking carry, like a Troll Warlord or whatever, or a Void in the late game, or a PA or a Spectre, but he does enough damage, and the fact he doesn't die is what enables him to do damage, because you don't have to like go in and out and like play cutesy with the fights. You just stick the hero on a building or on a hero and do damage without any fear of dying.
Definitely makes it a lot easier for Fada as well. And even so, Fada pretty tanky in his own right. So now EG faced their toughest task. They thought that Age of Steel would flip the game on its head, but NP showing that resilience you need down the stretch on the big stage. They will initiate here. Arteezy to start things off, already committing the Silver Edge fairly early, but Envy, eyes on the prize, focusing on objectives, using some illusions to chip away a bit at top. Envy still tanky, and they go for another dual target instead. Jumping in, the egg gets dropped, it's on everyone with the Vortex combo. This could be the dream team fight for EG. Omni there as well, brings down MSS, looking for more, will slaughter Pylite Die too, and Envy and Fada on the run. Don't see Envy getting out this one. Perhaps Fada can. Actually, they're afraid to chase because of the buyback, so they will not pursue. EG only have 2 buybacks of their own.
This supernova in these fights has been absolutely crucial for EG. That last fight they had lost was almost salvaged by Crit Supernova Sunray. The buybacks from NP, they want to fight. They want to go while Supernova's down. I think that's the big spell. They're like, what the heck? Just how do we fight into this egg? But with it down, you don't have to. It's daytime. There's no egg. This is the dream time to go.
Well, EG, we're writing down the buyback timers in case it matters, but I don't think it will, Gods. NP not looking to wait those out. They want to go right here, right now. Let's duel, EG. NP looking for the Rex. Can they bring down the melee? For now, decent batches on Envy, preventing him from hitting structures, but the hook interrupts. That could change it all. Storm lunging in, gets great lockdown with the vortex.
Sunray heal though.
But where's the follow-up damage? Arteezy's staying alive. For now though, he's very low, and Envy's on the hunt, forcing him back. Once the Rex hit those buildings, Jackie Mal, keep on smacking. He brings it down. NP, one step closer to the grand finals, and they back away.
They're holding on, EG, but the composure from NP, the discipline, they use enough buybacks to secure the racks, take the racks and get out. They come so close to killing Arteezy. A great MSS hook shot. He times it as the Blade Fury ends to try and enable his team to burst Arteezy down, but again, it's the Phoenix. When Crit's in a good position with the Sunray or gets a great supernova off, these fights are swinging EG's way. NP though, a melee racks, another shrine, will find themselves just one lane of racks away from mega creeps and potentially a grand finals berth.
Oh, this could be big gods. Look at that rune. It's a tasty blueberry for EG to scoop
It's
up.
a Roche. They are actually going to get Roche for themselves here.
That is huge. And NP not in position to contest. Crit will get the ward down. The pings are coming though pretty rapidly. EG start to stream, or sorry, NP start to stream towards the pit, but the Roche about to drop. Do they even get in time? NP surging forward. Roche low. There's the hook. They're into the pit. And now we fight. NP looking for Universe. Will they find the kill? The Roche close to Mill. Trying to grab the Aegis. He'll be successful. Now jumping. Seeing opportunity. Surging forward. They'll find some kills. EG racking him up and knocking him down as NP on the run. Bada 2. Pie's got to drop. Remember, they don't have a buyback on the clockwork. Out for 90. It could crumble here for NP. They've got to be careful. They will salvage a retreat.
What a time for a double damage rune. We're seeing these 40-minute double runes become so influential in these late game situations. Able to kill a Roche faster, kill a building faster, have a regen on a storm, whatever it may be. And it's EG who get a couple of kills. I'm going to duel at mid. NP!
The mid lane looking for the bristleback, and they bring him down. And the Silver X2! NP has fallen! He will have buyback.
You would love to force that one out. Sumail's up top though, may opt to buy some boots of travel here. He's defended the split push from the Ember. Can't rejoin his team just yet, but there we go. Gets the boots of travel.
They're down 2 lanes, but I think most of us here remember EG versus eHome game 1. EG, they ain't afraid of being down racks. They're not even afraid of being down megas. And they will seize the moment, push up on mid, work on the tier 2. Objectives await. Envy probably forced to buy back here unless Fada can make a play. We'll try to shove in that lane just a little bit, and EG, second thoughts. They will retreat. They will play it safe. They do not manage to force the Envy buyback.
For the first time since the early game, EG are ahead on gold after that Roshan and that team fight.
Oh, that is a Cloud9 graph if I've ever seen one, gods.
Well, MP fans, hold on to your horses. This game is a roller coaster right now. EG fans alike. This is getting a bit crazy here.
You know, we had the earthquake at the hotel the other day, but this is where the ground really shakes. You're taking us for a trip, NP. You surely are.
Phoenix is actually about to hit level 25. That's a big talent coming the way of EG, potentially. The stun duration, I imagine what he's going to go for. The hit count is nice. Yeah, he gets the stun duration. The hit count's nice, but his egg's not dying. If he gets that in the team fight, there's no heroes to go for it. A full second of stun on 4 or 5 heroes?
With the Vortex as well.
Oh,
maybe
man.
It pulls down for a secondary Vortex combo.
Yep.
Yeesh.
And this is one of the first times I feel we're seeing Legion not go for the press the attack cooldown, goes for the plus 40 duel damage. I think recognizing this game's going super late, but he hasn't found the duel kills. If anything, like, the idea is here, like, I want to have the best late game possible. Duel damage gives you that, but he's not finding duel kills. The press the attack cooldown is absurd with how often it's up. It's a 5-second duration with a 5-second cooldown, so you're able to spam it out to deal with the Searing Chain. So we'll see if Universe can start getting some duel kills.
Another one of these double damage runes on the hunt. The ideal hero to carry it is Arteezy. Gets into the backlines, lets the Omni fly. Highlight die though, able able to survive through it. He is going to lose him. Backs off the safety. Arteezy trying to chase him out. They still look to lock him down. Supernova deployed in the midst of it all. Sumail and Mana, he has to commit a lot to get into this fight. And Pepsi looking for a retreat. The duel, though, is on the bristle, even with the Sunray still at 2/3 HP. Not sure this is working for EG. They've got him back. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Artur down as well. Out for 90, has the buyback, has to use it, I think. If NP continue to press their advantage, they'll find that Night Stalker too. Vampire not able to escape. They'll rip out his fangs, take him down to earth, and now maybe chasing for Universe. No, okay, we'll end it there. Catch your breath again. It's not over yet.
And sometimes when you're Omni-slashing someone, they get forced out the way and you just lose your Omni-slash. It's absolutely crippling for Arteezy there. Didn't get the full slashes off, doesn't bring down the Keeper of the Light, and that was with a DD rune. Arteezy has definitely been the make or break for this EG team in this game. He got baited at the bottom rune, he gets baited in there. This is painful stuff as they will have to defend without a Phoenix. I don't know if they can really take a team fight without that Supernova.
And no buyback either. There will be no shenanigans for EG. Chairman Mao once again marching in. How do they take this fight? EG will try. And Sumail! He got all 5, but where's the follow-up? Do they have it? Do they have the damage? It seems they might! Finally a stun, but EG hanging on, a hope and a prayer keeps them in the game, at least for now.
5-man Electric Vortex! That was insane from Sumail. Found the opening and keeps EG in the game, LD.
And not just that, they want more. They're gonna find NV2. Chasing him out, there is a buyback. He limps towards the Arcane Rune. Blinding light there. What more can Sumail possibly do this game?
Needs to micro a few more heroes, perhaps.
Is it time for Arteezy to hand him his keyboard? You take mine too, Sumail.
He is playing out of his mind, and we'll see it again there. Arteezy just lasering his way through it. He's like, look, they've got evasion. I'm just going to hope for the best here. They've got too much armor to right-click through. Let's give it a 5-man Blade Fury, and that damage output was absolutely insane. The 5-man overwhelming odds as well. We've seen what this spell can do, even in a late-game scenario, and now we see Universe start picking up some more dual damage, start getting more towards that late game. You're down 4 racks, but you're still in this game if you're EG.
And they march down mid again. 2 buybacks lacking for NP. Another shot for EG.
They've got Supernova again.
And with that DD rune, this tower is not long for this world. Tier 3 dropping fast, the blinding light, trying to slow things down, but Arteezy just muscles his way up. Keeps on smacking. Blip committed. They'll have Mo soon. Fada might have to buy back, or they might have to sack Elena Vrax, but EG are afraid of that buyback, gods. They only have a Legion buyback of their own. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, if anything, I think EG also recognized 1 lane of Rax means nothing at this point. 66 minutes in, taking that mid Rax, even if you get out clean, killing the shrines is probably actually more important. Those are access points on the map. Those are places where NP can TP to after buying back to regroup, or even just to gank EG. So killing that shrine, trying to like make it harder for NP to get the next roach is actually going to be better than taking the melee Rax in this situation.
EG retreating to the safer climbs of
NP are smoked. They want to take a fight. This is bold from them.
Or maybe they just want to take a push. We'll see. Envy, a much more visible target, showing itself in the lane, and EG, well, they see the bristle, they see 5 NP heroes alive, and nobody else on the map, and you gotta figure they know. So
they know there's no jug buyback though, so they may just force the push, like you mentioned. The positioning for that last push was definitely their downfall. They perhaps just thought, like, EG aren't going to engage outside the base. They're going to defend their high ground. But no, EG took initiative and jumped in. We see this time, they're not grouping.
Once more under the breach. Envy out in front, leading the charge, working on the rage. He's going to bring it down quickly. Whack, whack, whack. Down it goes. He is being bashed, at least for now. They try to control him. That Phoenix of Crit has to be careful. Arteezy just tickling him for now. But Sumail this time, he can't find the 5-man opening. They're going to commit it anyway. Hey, comes in. MSS there with the ult, looking to interrupt. Not able to do so. They do find the opening kill, taking the Fada Ember down. He's got buyback if he needs to use it. They'll lose more here. The clock out for 85, and Sumail not done yet on the chase, but a Mana Leak stops him right in his tracks. Thou shalt not pass, says Pylite Die, and gods, NP, 1 Rax closer to Megas.
Yeah, they're getting bit by bit closer and closer. It will be a fairly short Roche respawn if EG want to go for that around just before the Ember respawns, I feel, and that is something that could really set EG up for success in the late game with Sumail getting another Aegis, but I think EG also recognize they can't just keep dragging this game out. Eventually, Megas will likely be picked up by NP. They want to force buybacks. They want to play for the win now rather than playing just to defend their high ground, buy more time. They want to take the fight to NP.
Marching down mid. Doing so without the egg, though.
We'll see where Crick goes. He's got a refresher queued up as his next item, recognizing that this egg is just winning fights. He wants to have 2. Thought about an Axe earlier, I saw, but I think more so than perhaps saving a teammate, having 2 will offer you a lot more.
Envy turns his back to the abyss. EG force him to meet the gaping maws. They march in, but the Bristle is a staunch defender. EG simply don't want to risk it. They back away again.
They've got no egg. Phoenix isn't even there. They're just kind of pushing all 3 lanes out. One of the big issues for EG has just been the lane equilibrium since losing multiple lanes of racks.
By the way, look at that attack speed from Arteezy. That is pretty filthy, getting the press the attack.
He's gone for a BKB. I saw the Moonshard queued up, but just keeping that in his stash, using it in team fights, slotting it in and out with like the Manta style. We'll see Roche actually respawns here. I believe EG know this, and they can get in there perhaps nice and fast, but Clockwork also scouting it out, and this is a dangerous Roche to go for when there is buybacks on both the big NP heroes. The Bristle, the Ember, all having buybacks. Clockwork still lacking his. He's died a few times in succession, hasn't been able to find the gold for it.
Roche could be big. Both teams with 3 buybacks. EG with Arteezy's cooling down. If they get this Aegis cheese and they have those buybacks, they might have 3 extra lives or so to play with in the upcoming scrum.
Using the illusion runes to scout, try and block a hook shot.
Still, that might not thwart MSS. He's been determined all tournament. Will he jump? When's he gonna go? The blinding light starts it off and up. Envy gets into the pit. Not committing to the fight just yet. Fada there with the chains. Setting up on the Night Stalker. Now the stun too. Illuminate crashing through, but Sumail falling in, wants to isolate out. We bring him down fast. Lotus Orb deployed, not keeping him alive just yet. Sumail's pretty low though. Running out of HP. Has to fall out. The egg atop keeps him alive. Protects the backline. Fada will drop. Fada out for 100. Doesn't the buyback. And NP lurching backwards. The damage is just a bit too great from EG right now. They will take the Roche. They will grab the Aegis. The cheese too. Buybacks aplenty. Abounds and soon with Arteezy's cooling down. The Night Stalker's 1,000 gold in a minute and change short. Might have it for the next fight.
Talked a bit about Universe's lack of damage. He's now up to 200 dual damage. This plus 40 dual damage. He is now well and truly a late game core.
He took the talent for it too. So.
Yes. If he didn't find those jewels, EG would definitely have continued to maybe struggle to have damage output and get kills in these late games. But because of this talent, their lineup has managed to get stronger and stronger as time has gone on. The Phoenix, another big level 25 talent as well.
70 minutes in with double damage runes just sprouting up all over the place, and EG continuing to charge towards late game. You do start to worry for NP. Do they have the punching power? Can they stand against EG?
They may just have to give up this lane of racks unless they want to buy back Fata. I don't really feel it's worth it for one lane.
NP doing what he can to Arteezy here, slowly working him down, charging in again with the Crimson Card, the Lotus Orb. Just so many effects, it kind of brings you back to Dota 1 auras. Can hardly even tell what's on the man. But, point being, buildings are taking damage, gods.
Won't get the buyback out, nor will they get a racks here. Very disciplined from NP. They've constantly held their buybacks when they've lost the Ember, the Bristle. They've not rushed into buying back and taking fights outside of that mid-racks where they used it to take a racks and then get out. Very disciplined from start to finish for NP, but they find themselves down now.
Another double damage rune.
And they have utilized these late game runes so incredibly well. Even that last illusion rune was just like sent top to push out the lane a bit.
Somewhere Ice Frog is smiling, but I don't know if NP is right now. Arteezy's at the door. Ranged racks almost down. A late glyph. Well, it saves it for now.
I'm not sure if that was really...
And actually, look at that. Sumail even marking down the time of the glyph. At this stage of the game, there's so many crucial cooldowns to keep track of, but that is certainly one of the more important ones. Dota, ultimately, it is a game of building destruction.
I'll take that as
There's the refresher too.
Oh, that is actually like one of those big late game pickups that can influence the games. Like carries picking up another item like Jug. Oh, he got to BKB in his stash. Like this doesn't change the game in a massive way, but a Phoenix having a refresher, this is going to completely destroy NP in these team fights. I almost feel like they need to find a way to jump the Phoenix. He needs to become the #1 priority if possible.
Here's the problem, Gods. They don't have that much burst damage. It's a lot of AoE. It's a lot of chip damage over time, and the lockdown really isn't great. And if you commit all that on the Phoenix and he still gets off the egg, the fight is just over. So it sounds nice on paper. I'm just not sure NP's lineup can do that type of thing unless they catch it horribly out of position.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the vision is in EG's favor every single fight, unless you're at daytime. And maybe that's where NP just have to go for a big, bold play when it's daytime, try use the vision to jump that Phoenix. But even then, the second problem, press the attack. You've got a way to save the Phoenix. If he gets disabled, you press the attack. He can just immediately supernova. No one is hitting this egg at this point in the game. Perhaps an Ember with a BKB. He does have it queued up as his next item. Maybe that's actually going to become a solution, because once they see this refresher, NP have to think, can we kill this egg? It's such a major problem for them.
The days of Divine Rapier Dota for Ember are long dead. Not even considering. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun to watch, but I think that's an item EG can use a lot more effectively than NP right now.
It's one of those games where NP's like, man, 75 minutes, I wish I was playing the Ember. That would be the classic Jackie Mao. And boy, is this a classic game. Cloud9 and EG had some great showdowns back in their time. We'll see it here with the new NP roster.
More often than not, somehow EG did seem to just get the better of Cloud9 back then, and well, they need this game just to force that game 3. Certainly things are looking up for the boys in blue, up 17,000 gold and all momentum on their side. They shove in the lanes. They do have Fada, the lone man able to leave the base. They know the Aegis will expire soon, and perhaps that's where you roll the dice as NP. Try to make a bold smoke maneuver before the next Roche.
I think this is where emotionally, mentally, this game's so tough, because these players have been in positions where they've been ahead of EG and lost leads before, and NP have to be second-guessing themselves what they can do, what it takes to beat EG. And right now, it's going to take a lot as the map controllers completely swung EG's way. It's now up to 18,000 gold lead. Not really a game of numbers like net worth anymore, but much more about things like buybacks and buildings left standing.
Well, buyback takes gold, so certainly EG, they can buy extra items and still have the buyback. So in that sense, it is still a factor here.
Vata now gets the BKB while maintaining his buyback. Just the Phoenix, one hero.
Are we going to see this movie again? This time, though, he's got some backup. There's the duel, the blinding lights there. They commit pretty heavily. Lotus Orb, though, protecting the Bristleback, at least for now. What a sick play. Will it be enough, though? I'm not sure they can save him anyway. Chasing him out, trying to lock him down, charging forward into position. The Phoenix egg still available, has the double egg. Let's one go. Trying to block the path of envy as he surges towards freedom, but lose Gandalf, too. Keeping the light low. Clipped and caught. Arteezy will take him down at the knees, and now onto Fada. Fada in danger here, has to back away. No, he wants to send his shot.
Second egg.
Go back in, but at number 2, blocking the path. EG charging in. An ultra for Arteezy, a triple buyback for NP.
And EG can just get out. Wait for the storm to respawn. You don't need a buyback. Don't play NP's game. Don't play the buyback game. Play the smart, patient game. 4 buybacks down. Economy crippled for NP, and they jump to smoke out. They know this is perhaps their last play of the game. They may be up 5 racks right now, but don't misunderstand the situation right now. NP are in a world of trouble.
Down 30,000 gold with 4 buybacks still online for EG. The Storm going to be up fairly soon, courtesy of the old Bloodstone. So NP, they'll take a risk. They move out. Can they find the opening?
Lanes are pushed out pretty well.
Universe holding back. Envy is revealed.
They know there's no supernovas.
In. Perhaps NP just say screw it and commit. They don't have to fight against as many eggs this time. Envy, for what it's worth, has a butterfly, but again, Zumel! He gets every single one aside from a lone survivor licks away at EG. They find the opening.
It's over.
It's GG.
Is it? I think it is.
So.
Envy, can they cancel that? Surely you can't. Okay.
Sumail.
Wow.